Hello guys, welcome back to another video. It is once again Thursday, which means it is once again time for another Throwback Thursday. Today I have a deck slightly more recent than the past couple, only slightly. This is a deck that I brought to the 2020 KARDS World Championship Qualifiers. It's actually a deck that both Darkness and I brought. It's a deck that Darkness and I kind of workshopped together and brought to several different tournaments. It is the Brit US Ramp. Now, Brit US Ramp has been being played since the game came out. However, this is a very, very refined version, which was actually tournament-worthy. So, I'll take you through the deck. The only expansion that was out at this point, well, there was Allegiance, and then, of course, there was Theaters of War. So, Monty, obviously, no Pioneer, which is already kind of interesting. 3 Honeys, 3 Commandos. I loved these Commandos. I mean, I still do, but I used to run these Commandos in basically every deck. His Majesty's Chosen, 4 Surreys. Now, this might be a shock to some of you, because if you've played the game in the past, like, I don't know, year and a half, you probably will have never seen this unit played competitively, ever. And it might even remind you of the British 5th Brigade, which I think most of us look at as a laughably bad card, which ironically was also played competitively before there was any expansions. But East Surrey Regiment was actually like one of the staples of Britain control, because Jaggro was just almost the only aggro deck. Like, it was kind of just Jaggro, or like German aggro with Japan, like the same cavalry regiment, bicycle regiment. So you didn't need a ton of attack on units. Like, 2 attack was enough to kill cavalry, bicycle, 35T. Yeah, like, this dealt with units. And 6 health was a lot. Ultra, 1 convoy, 1 air power. HMS Illustrious, M4A1, Cadet Nurse Corps, 3 We Can Do It. So the M4A1, the HMS Illustrious, actually, the reason I'm running this is a Rule Britannia deck, and HMS Illustrious just works really well with Rule Britannia. M4A1 discard was very popular, and there was not a ton of ways of dealing with untargetable units. So, like, even if you're not against discard, this card's just pretty good if you can get, like, a We Can Do It on it, and then, I don't know, Cadet Nurse Corps. Cadet Nurse Corps is another card, which I think I particularly managed to use in ways other players didn't. Like, this 3 We Can Do It, 1 Cadet Nurse Corps is a staple of my US ally ramp decks. It just works so well. I mean, probably not anymore. There's a lot more ways of just finishing off cards, like Detriment Line for a day. But before, most cards were killed by just trading down units. Like, especially most big cards were killed by just trading down units. So Cadet Nurse Corps can be pretty insane. 2 Mobilization, 2 Blackwatch, Shelley and Sexton, 2 Corsair. Corsair used to be a very popular card. If you're running US ally, means you're probably running Avengers and B-17s, and Corsair kind of trades with those. Like, Corsair against an Avenger is just a 2-for-1. I mean, I guess it's not a 2-for-1, assuming the Avenger killed something, but... Gren Guards, these are just sort of your Blackwatch Gren Guards. These are like your Rule Britannia fodder. Another reason East Surrey is really good is this is an 8-8 with Rule Britannia. And then, on the last page, we have Mosquito, 2 Carpet Bombings, of course. Lancaster, 2 Avengers, Rule Britannia, no B-17s. So, honestly, I called this a ramp deck. This isn't actually a ramp deck. This is just US, German, Britain, US, sorry, control. And it looks like it should be a ramp deck. Like, it really does. Like, you're running Avengers, Lancasters, like, these big expensive cards, a lot of chunky middle game. But this is just sort of like a control deck. You don't need ramp if you're playing Commando into Surrey. Like, that's gonna threaten whatever aggro plays. Not anymore, of course, but yeah, and I guess that explains why there's no Pioneer. You don't need to do Pioneer into double War Machine, you don't need to Pioneer to reduce the cost of War Bonds. And by not playing Ramp, it lets you fit in more of these US cards. The M4A1s, Cadet Nurse Corps, the Weakened Duets, the Mobilization, because if we look up Lend-Lease, can see that, okay, actually I guess Lend-Lease was in the game. Lend-Lease was an Allegiance card. For some reason, nobody ran Lend-Lease. Like, everyone thought Lend-Lease was just too expensive and a bad card. Which is really funny today, because, like, every single British deck ever runs at least, like, 2 Lend-Leases. So yeah, this was actually a very successful deck. The one difference, Darkness and I brought the exact same lineup to OCC, or the World Championship qualifiers. The only difference is he brought Kitty Hawk, I brought Air Power. This was the only difference. Air Power was just like a tech choice in case there was a lot of Soviets going around, so in case you needed to kill KV. 272nd didn't exist and Stalin wasn't particularly run, but Air Power is just like a pretty decent card. There's a couple of annoying tanks in the game. Yeah, so this is actually a really fun deck to play, if I'm going to be completely honest. It's been a really long time. As you can tell, I didn't even remember it properly. I assumed it was a ramp deck. And I think this was like the idea of running US Ally without ramp was kind of novel at the time. Like US Ally for a control deck, but without ramp. And that's actually something we don't really see now. Maybe this is an idea worth revisiting in the current meta, is trying to find a US Ally deck that doesn't use ramp, but just is able to run enough early game that you can trust that you don't need to ramp into the expensive stuff. This early game will keep you alive, and then you start dropping the bombs that US has, where you're not wasting like 4, 6, 8 credit, or not credit, cards, like US cards in your deck on ramp, and then you're only able to run 2, 4, maybe 6 actually good US cards. This lets you run 12, and US has access to so many good cards. Another thing I didn't mention is Weakened Duet just has great synergy with Rule Britannia. Now, I know I've played all of the other games on Ranked. I'm not going to be playing on Ranked this time for, I think, obvious reasons. We have 34 hours left in the season, and I'm currently rank 1. And rank 7 is only 107 points away. So, I'm not about to drop 60 points playing this deck. So, we are going to take it to casual. And yeah, what else to say about this deck? I mean, I'd say this deck kind of got phased out by the various expansions. Like, as you can see, this deck is only running cards from the base set Allegiance and Theaters of War. And if you think about the cards that came later, the cards that came in, I'm struggling to remember the name of the expansions. The expansion that had research. Research was a big one. It doesn't matter if you slowly grind up an advantage of units on board and then win out with a massive Rule Britannia. If your opponent plays like 2 deal 10 damage nukes, or Doubting System to put all the cards back. Yeah, research kind of threw the control meta on its head. That's why research eventually needed to be nerfed. And then, kind of after research, it didn't come back because just, like, Dechuma, Lion for a day, aggressive decks became way more efficient. And as you can see, this deck isn't great into air. Like, there's no rafts in this deck. And all of these, like, pathetic ground units are just going to get farmed. Oh, it's Corn Guy. That's fun. So we're going to keep the Surrey. Obviously sending back a double Avenger Lancaster. I'm curious to see how well the draw holds up in this deck with only one convoy, 2 mobilization. So I didn't make any edits to the deck this time. I'm just very curious to see how it operates still, because not a whole lot of cards in this deck were nerfed. Just the meta changed. Like, all of the other decks we've looked at so far, they were kind of nerfed into the ground. I feel like... I feel like double expansion worked out for me more than it worked out for him. And yeah, here's another example of the power creep of cards since this deck was good. Yeah, I mean, the problem with this deck is it's too fair. Like, really, that's it. Oh. Okay. Kind of surprised he didn't trade the Radiant Brigade. Well, there goes our main win condition. Yeah, so we're gonna mill again, but he's gonna start healing this because of the honey. Here's the Avenger. We can kill Key in 3 turns. Oh, is this gonna be like a counter-offensive? We haven't seen a German ally yet, which is kind of making me scared. I could also just do, like, slam the we can do it. Okay, that was just wrong order for several reasons. One, you should draw first. Two, if you play We Can Do It first, it makes its max health up to 9. And then it gets damaged down to 7, which means Cadet Nurse Corps would heal it to a 310 rather than a 3-8. However, I am expecting it to just die to the key, which is my goal. I want a Carpet Bomb. Oh, it is counter-offensive. That's fun. I haven't seen this deck in a while. I mean, obviously it's really, really bad. So, I can just Carpet Bomb in. I can also just play out 2 Surrey regiments. Like, if he sacks the key, I have Avenger. And at this point, ooh, that's a good draw. These Surreys are actually, like, holding up fairly well. Obviously, they're not doing anything spectacular, but, like, just 6 health guards, slamming them over and over. I mean, another reason Surrey kind of went out the window is because we got C4th guards. And 4-7, I mean, 4-8 originally. But 4-7 is just so much better than 2-6. And it's difficult to run all of them. Like, you could run a deck with, like, 4 Surreys, 2 C4ths, 2 Black Watches, 2 Grand Guides, and Will Britannia's the win condition. So it's looking like we're actually going to pull off the Avenger onto the Yamagata. It's not great. So yeah, I think I have to go for the Avenger. Obviously, I'm just dead to second counteroffensive. The other possibility is I could Carpet Bomb and trade. Or Carpet Bomb and not trade, I suppose. I could also Shell in, but that doesn't leave me in a great position. So I think I'm going to Carpet Bomb. Like, being guaranteed dead to counteroffensive. I mean, I guess I'm guaranteed dead to counteroffensive either way. And this way I'm also dead to, like, Bombing Rain. Looking for the counter-offensive or the Bombing Rain. Yeah, the counter-offensive. Yeah, I was kind of dead either way. And that is why we're playing in casual. Yeah. Actually, if you follow the KARDS timeline, counter-offensive and bolster were both these very strong, like, mid-range US decks built around, basically this combo of getting a very large unit earlier than your opponent can get removal for it. Which, again, is another reason these types of decks kind of went out the window, is KARDS changed from a game about, like, grinding a small advantage through unit trading and well-timed orders, and became a game much more about, like, who can find, like, their crazy win condition cards or their, like, ultra powerful effect cards first. And that is one way of saying it, which is obviously, like, just the language being used there is trying to make it sound like the old version of KARDS is better. Another way of looking at the old version of KARDS is it's just like playing the same units, like literally the same units, back and forth. And basically it's just whoever, like, it misses their Avenger draw loses. Because if you both play, like, Commandos, then you both play Surreys, and then you both play M4A1s, and then you both play, like, Black Watches and Gren Guards, and then one of them plays an Avenger and you don't have an Avenger. Or you both play Avengers and then they play a B-17 and you don't have a B-17. Suddenly you're kind of just getting blown off the board in an irrecoverable way. Soul of Old Japan. Alright. Man, this deck brings back memories. You just do not see cards like Corsair anymore. Yeah, we're just gonna rip the HMS. I want to hold on to air power just in case. Like, Japan is not known for their large, scary tanks, but... Oh, it is Jaguar. Okay, I was thinking it was going to be some kind of Japan control deck. I mean, I can just air power that and keep the Commando. So this happens every time. Keeping the Commando here seems really valuable. Obviously, if he has second 35T, second combined arms. Second Raiding Brigade. Ooh. Well, if he moves up, probably just trade Blackwatch. Well, I can just slam Gran. Like, if he has Sendai, what is he gonna do? Hit me in the face for 1? We've seen him's German ally, so he can't sickle his own guy. Well, that's sad. Yeah. I mean, the other option is Honey Blackwatch and he gets a draw for free off the recon, or a Honey Ultra, which is very contingent on him. Oh, come on. Can I draw a Kyber Bombing, please? Ow. So one of these cards dies. So 20% chance to get Gren guards back if he surprise attacks. Holds off. Fair enough. And yeah, just gonna Blackwatch Recon. Like Blackwatch and kill the Recon so he can't get the extra draw. Play it nice and slow. It's not a card I think I have like basically ever seen before. I could hit a Kita for the 50-50. So I could go for the 50-50 and then win the 1 in 4. Sounds fun. I mean, it's a 1 in 8, which, like, isn't he actually that low? Alternatively, I could hit the Radiant Brigade. Well, I guess I can hit Akita first and see what it hits. Okay, face. Of course. I could do Honey, Cadet Nurse Corps. I mean, I could do Gren, just sacrifice it to the surprise attack gods. But it does cost him 6 credits. And it means he does not have surprise attack for the following one. Maybe I should have just played Gren and held up Ultra. Okay. Well, it's a good thing I didn't go for Ultra. I could get like the first air landing. I guess I wouldn't get Blitz because there's units. So both cards in his hands are surprise attacks. I'm assuming he's not going to play them because he knows that I'm going to get the Gren back off the Sendai. That is a good draw. We have a sick turn here next turn. This deck just like never ceases to get cards on the board. No! Oh wait. Despot gets blocked, and then he has. Yeah, I don't care if he kills Gren. That's fine. Passes? Passes? Okay. Look at these units. Oh my goodness. Like, Rule Britannia. Holy crap. Rule Britannia makes these all 9/9s. That is how the deck is intended to work. Obviously we got blown out in game 1, but game 2, that is sort of the J-Crow experience against this deck. If you can't quite get around the hump. I mean, I missed Carpet Bombing, but he also missed any form of major card draw. But yeah, this deck has, what, 8 guards? 3 honeys for healing, 3 weakened duets for healing. The Carpet Bombing, savage board clear. I mean, the Carpet Bombing kind of doesn't work against most decks now, but Jaguar is the deck that Carpet Bombing is always going to work against because it kills Sendais. Kills basically every single unit in their deck but Key and Shiden. Ooh. US Midrange should be a very interesting matchup. Both very unit-based decks. And especially if they're the more, the slower version of US Midrange. Oh yeah, double 30-second in hand. they're the slower version of US midrange, then it could lead to both of us having crazy health boards. I mean, these do just kind of trade with Surrey. It's also possible it does half track and kills the honey. Or just Shermans. Could take the opportunity to Sherman. I'm fairly certain that play was wrong, but whew. It's hard to say no to killing that. So I won't. I mean, if he has second 35T, this is pretty bad. But even then, I could just Surrey. He can always get Sherman off if he wants by moving up the combat engineers. Couple different plays here. I could Surrey to protect the bombers and just kill Skytrain. That play actually seems very good. Of course, he's getting into strap bombing range. Yep, let's just kill the Skytrain. I mean, well, okay, not kill the Skytrain, but, you know, drop its health down. He could do, like, we can do it, move up the 32nd as a 3-4. Ooh. Okay, so we can just kill Skytrain with Surrey and then... Or not. Okay. Could Mosquito. Gets blown out by We Can Do, or Stars and Stripes. There's not a whole lot I can do this turn that doesn't get blown out by Stars and Stripes, but like... I mean, surely if he had Stars and Stripes, he would have played it on the, like, played it last turn. So we're just gonna kill this. If he does do Stars, he still has to trade the 32nd into Surrey. Or else Surrey kills Skytrain. What's it gonna be? 22nd, we can do it. Alright, so that's gotta die for sure. Think I'm not quite at the... Like, I really want to kill the Skytrain. Also wouldn't mind killing the 22nd, actually. Well, I can only kill... I mean, I could We Can Do It. Yeah, getting the We Can Do It off is just really good, because I'm constantly at threat of strap bombing. And he only has one ground unit in the front line. So I could just kill 22nd and... Well, okay, so if I kill 22nd, he can move up and then trade this into it. I could kill... I think the 22nd has to go. Don't want him getting too much card draw. Because, like, even if he Shermans, it's not the end of the world. But there's no reason to just allow him to cycle through his entire deck. But yeah, as you can see, the threat of playing against this deck is constantly Ruled Britannia. Like, there's rarely situations where Ruled Britannia is not good. Half-track, sorry, you can kill one of the swordfish. Man, if I could find one of my carpet bombings, that'd be great. Sorry, or the Jasko stops Avenger onto Skytrain. Again, could just kill Skytrain. I can't kill the engineers with the bomber. And if I'm killing like this, my turn kinda sucks. Yeah, let's just go for this. So here's my thought. Obviously, if you have strap bombing or yeah, top deck strap bombing, fair enough. Well, that sucks. Okay, so these commanders are just threatening to kill the Skytrain once and for all. Alright, kind of a poor order. Man, if I could find a carpet bombing. Okay, so what can happen? This is also very poor placement by him. I can kill 2, 4, leaves me with 5 credits left over, which means I can do Honey and Convoy. Which means I can do Honey Convoy first. Maybe I got like a Monty. Okay, so what's happening? This is happening for sure. This is happening for sure. So this is going to be 6, 11, 14. So I actually do have to kill this guy. I can't actually kill this Skytrain this turn. I mean, if it just goes all face, I slam Gren and trade down basically his entire front line. Oh, please tell me you're going to value trade here. Just to further not play around carpet bombing. Oh yes, maximum not playing around carpet bombing. Okay. I mean, this is just slam Gren and pray he doesn't have half track. Oh my goodness. The pain. Wait, why would you trade like that? What? Oh. Well, there's no shortage of venture targets. I can do something along the lines of Sexton, trade like that, and Honey. If he trades here and here, I think my win condition is still just drawing. Okay. Does he have Hellcat? If he has Hellcat, he missed lethal. Cool. He missed lethal. Yeah, I can only play one thing and attack. I'm not technically dead with a Grand Blackwatch. I'm also not technically dead with a Grand Shoot Hellcat. I think I'm gonna do this. Oh my goodness. Come on! Okay. Well, that was a really silly game. And, yeah, we'll do one more game. Hopefully I go 2-2. That was pretty interesting. I mean, I was fully out of draw cards, and obviously it would have been nice if I cycled through my deck a bit more to try to find carpet bombing. But just with the amount of value there is in each individual unit, it's not that I ran out of cards, it's just that I didn't draw deep enough to have the higher chance of finding those important swing cards, like the Shelling, the Monties, the carpet bombings. Soviets. Hopefully it's some sort of Soviet control, rather than tokens or arty, or self-damage. I mean, self-damage could actually be interesting, because all my units are super high health. It's self-damage. I mean, I feel like I just want to slow the game down. Like, I can't play Honey or Commandos right away because of Red Dons. I feel like I can even pass here. Like, the first unit I want to play is M4A1, because it can't be targeted by any of his cards. Sickle is fine as long as it's only one sickle. Well, even scouting Winter Warfare. I guess if he does scouting trade Winter Warfare, this trades. Problem is this damages your 4, 5, 6, so it doesn't go to 5 health. Yeah, I'll drop to Surrey. It does let him target it with orders. However, Surrey's just like really high health, so I'm not risking it just dying. Unless he does double Red Dawn on Surrey, in which case it's fine by me. Alrighty. I mean, I can just do Grand Guides, he double trades. Could do... Yeah, I mean, I think this is my best play. If I wait any longer, he gets access to Sickle Naval Brigade, hit face for 9, and I do not think I can afford to take 9 to the face. Oh, he's the Sendai list. Aw, crap. Hmm. He's sickling his own. Okay. Um. Man, the number of times I have to play off curve with this deck. Oh, third Red Dawn. Come on. Okay, triple Red Dawn, triple Sickle. Kindly don't. Carpet bombing's actually, like, fine. It was just in a fine situation. But imagine me ever drawing the carpet bombing. Okay. I mean, I was just, like, trying to stall out. It's not gonna work very long with his 9/9s, but... I mean, I only need... literally just carpet bombing. I got my Gren back. I can kill the Recon. Potentially even kill the, Do you have more self-damage? Okay, the SU. Man, this guy just is calling for the carpet bombing. So if I do we can do it, he still trades here, here. I go up to 11 health. And I'm dead. I do not have Monty. I think I need to do mobilization into Surrey to stay alive. Come on, dude. Yeah, I'm sure you can do the math here. Okay. Man. Okay, well, I'm playing another just because I want to draw a carpet bombing. Like, I just want to... like, it's in the deck. I swear. Oh my goodness. And, like, the worst part about it, it's not even just I can't draw carpet bombing, it's... my opponents are specifically, like, not playing around it. Like, they're trying to play into carpet bombing as much as possible. Like, I know it's a card that's not seen as often anymore, but my goodness. Going second. Well, we have the carpet bombing. Man, the game used to be so much more slower. Like, if you hit a 2-drop and a 3-drop, you were fine with this deck. Although I do feel like this hand is a little, unfortunate. I mean, if he's playing control, this hand's actually really good, but... oh. Cool. I think that might mill me. Yeah, so, if you've never seen this card before, it draws itself if the opponent makes you discard. Which is really fun. And what's not fun is this Heinkel, because I do not have a way to kill it. I mean, I think the only answer to this is Yagged. Because he can't Lion for a day yet, and probably doesn't have Guard. Okay, well, I stand corrected. It's interesting he didn't choose to attack. Alrighty. Do I ever just hit here? That is very tempting. Because there's just so many cards in my deck that deal 3 damage. So just getting this down to 3 already, and then if he wants to just trade into it, that's perfectly fine. I think I need to put the pressure onto him this game. Because if we just go on long enough, he'll probably just use the broken elites that have come out since, plus discard to slowly whittle me down. Although this is the type of deck that German Britain Handlock does not want to play against. Like, look at this hand. They have very little targeted removal. Does he go for the trade? No, he does not. Could just like we can do it. Maybe it's U16 he's holding up. Double U16. Okay. Punished, I guess. Really good Rule Britannia draw there. I'm assuming the Sexton's getting annihilated. He could have picked Annihilation off of Spoils of War, and then he wouldn't have had the credits to play it last turn, but he'll have the credits to play it this turn. Okay, I'm assuming he's just gonna put 2 into it now. Wait. Oh, we got the credit bug, so... he should have 5 credits. It says he has 7. I mean, I'm assuming he doesn't run Envelop. I can just get him for 10 next turn with a Surrey. If I so wanted. I'm very surprised he just didn't double research last turn. I feel like that would have been the correct play. Please don't discard Rule Britannia, thank you. Yeah, let's just get him for 10. He kind of needs Leopold at this point. Well, we drew the Carpet Bombing. Didn't need to play it, because the guy played like 2 units the entire game, but 2 and 3. Not my most successful run yet, but I think it's a very fun deck. If you wanted tips on how to improve it, I mean, throw in the C4ths. Another trick is to just look up a lead and throw in the new ones. It's a bit of a joke, but Avery would be very good in this deck. Research, obviously. Can take out the His Majesty's Chosen. probably take out the Corsair. Wrath might be good. Also, Wrath works with the, not so much anymore with the health debuff, but yeah. Or you can just play the deck out as it is. It's a ton of fun. I'll obviously include it in the link in the description, like always. And yeah, that's it from me. I think next week, or soon, I will be covering my a version of one of my favorite decks. So look forward to that. And yeah, I'll be streaming quite a bit in the following week. So check out my Twitch if you haven't already. And goodbye, everybody.